This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Well then, cheers, Grace. Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
This crystal light is slapping.
Look, sorry, I'm just taking in your whole ensemble now for the first time.
Really?
Yeah, you're weird.
You didn't notice immediately?
I mean, I noticed that you were wearing a hat and a shirt, which is always a good sign when I show up that you're clothed.
If I have a shirt on. No, the shirt is this super soft shirt that our friend Matt Carpenter. Yeah,
Yes.
that he launched with his company, which I believe is called, I'll double check. It's Driveway Paradise. It's really good.
Like it says it right there on the shirt.
Shout out to it.
I have a box from him. I haven't opened yet. For you guys that don't know, a little behind the scenes.
Yeah, if you're an OG fan.
Matt used to work on the This Might Get actual web series.
Yes, he was the most all-American looking man I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, truly.
Who would occasionally be on camera. So if you're like not a fake fan, you know who he is. Driveway Paradise. But this hat is it's a tubing company hat.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
Chip went tubing in New Mexico, I don't know, a month ago sometime, and he brought me back merch.
It's great. I'm just looking at this hat being like someone like this is handmade, I feel like.
No, it's not.
Like a patch on a hat? I feel like someone ironed that on.
You've never seen a patch on a hat.
I mean, I have, but I guess I haven't really looked closely at it.
No, it's you guys can't see it, but it's definitely like a cartoon of people floating down a river. And it reminds me of, did you ever, this is like such a 90s thing, when you would go vacation somewhere or tourist and they'd have like the map of the town, but it would be animated. So there'd be like one, guy in a Speedo on the beach.
Yeah.
And then
100%. That's like
it feels very like white people in Cancun tourism.
Yeah, there's Elliot and I joke. There's on HGTV the show House Hunters International.
Oh, of course.
And they will occasionally on that show cut away to some sort of graphic of the city that they're looking at, but the graphic is so bad that it's like they're clearly hiring someone just like straight out of college that's like, I'll do it for whatever price, here you go. And it's so confusingly bad that it every time I love it. It's so funny.
Well, I'm loving my look today.
Looks great.
Really, I just need to get my ass in a river tube. I was going to go, Chip and I talked about going camping this coming week and like going river tubing and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just too goddamn hot.
Oh, yeah.
Like you don't want to be like the only time you're not sweating is in the river.
Yeah. I mean, so when you think about, we talked about water parks maybe last week or the week before.
Every week.
Yeah. Every week. What's the draw about river tubing versus like a lazy river?
Well, a lazy river is full of chemicals and doo-doo.
Yes. Fair. Absolutely fair.
Like truly, a lazy river, I was thinking about it the other day because we put those tabs in our toilet that made the water blue. Okay. Can I just tell you, Chip put them in like 6 months ago.
Elliot also got them for us. It's a guy thing, I think.
Is it a guy thing?
Maybe. He saw them in someone else's house, loved it so much.
I was like, this is luxurious.
Yeah, I was like, this is the first household item you've ordered for us.
Okay, thank you. Chip put them in, and I was like, that's cool. Like, I think we used them in the, 90s in my house, whatever. I feel like they're a very 90s thing of like, you can change your toilet water color.
Yeah, 90s were a lot about changing what is the perception of things into different colors.
Yes, exactly. But I thought, that lasts a certain amount of flushes.
Yeah.
We're out in 5 weeks. We live at home. We're not out of town. We're flushing regularly. Our toilets, I swear to God, it's been 6 months and they still look like a deep blue raspberry Gatorade type of thing.
Yeah, which I guess gives the illusion that it's clean. I don't know. You still have to clean the toilet, right? Do you?
Okay, but here's the thing. That's really gross.
Yeah.
Is like, you'll look in that toilet bowl and you'll be like, look at this refreshing lazy river.
Yeah.
It looks blue. It looks
unnatural and beautiful.
It looks gorgeous. It like you just want to lap it up. And then you flush And then as soon as the water leaves, you're like, oh, it's gotten disgusting down there.
Yeah.
And this blue color has been covering up our lies.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's like an Instagram filter for your toilet.
Yeah. It's Paris. And as soon as you swipe back the other way, you go, oh God, it's front-facing camera.
Oh, shit.
But so that's how I think about lazy rivers. And I mean, I love a pool. I love all that stuff. I love a lazy river. I love a swim up bar. But if we're comparing a man-made and a real one, like to me, a lazy river has so many chemicals to make it look refreshing.
Yeah.
As opposed to you get into a real one. And is your butt going to be scraped by sticks occasionally? Yes.
Yeah.
Could you fall out and have some I might die moments? Of course.
Absolutely.
Is there a possibility of a snake biting your tush?
Yep.
Wouldn't take it any other way.
But the alternative is that will we float past some toddler shit at some point in this river? So I think I'll take the former. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like I got a little rhythm there while I was going river tubing, and I'm just craving it.
There you go.
I want the rush of the river. I love that I act like I'm going extreme, like kayaking. I'm sitting in a tube and drinking White Claw.
Yeah. No, it's just how can I drink my beverages in a moist but moving environment that isn't too chaotic for me right now?
I don't know if I've ever loved two words put together more than moist and moving. Like that's why the reviews
how
are
I
in.
Operate after I get out of a lazy river.
The reviews are in. It was moist and moving. You're like so waist deep in school.
I am. I'm about to go into my residential weekend, so I'm like my brain is thrown in a bunch of different directions, which will be 4 days of straight up, being on Zoom. God bless everyone that exists on Zoom in their regular jobs every day, all day long. I just don't have the experience with it, so it is a bit to like take on. So I have some projects to get ready for that. Elliot also went out of town this weekend or this weekday. He's doing some shows in Florida. If you guys are there, go check him out.
He is a Florida man.
He's a Florida boy, and his whole family are coming to shows. So that's always real fun to see him modify his set for his family.
Well, is his set blue?
Not really, but it's a lot of subbing out Christian and then subbing in Catholic.
Got it.
So you guys take that if you're going to the show and just really make some notes. But I feel, you get this experience when Chip leaves town to work.
Yeah.
I feel like, oh my God, I have the house to myself for a week.
Well, we've talked about on this podcast. I was like, are you party Grace? Are you productive Grace?
Yeah.
Are you both of these things?
Both of these things. Girl, I woke up this morning. Elliot left at
first of all, good for you.
Thank you. I know. That's booked and busy. Waking up.
Half the battle.
Elliot left. And what I did was I was like, okay, you have to pace yourself because you'll get really excited that you have the house to yourself.
Yeah, like no offense to significant others, but sometimes it's just like
we've spent
I got
so
3 days.
much time together in the last year, which has been wonderful. And though I do miss him very much, I'm like, here's a chance to do some stuff. I immediately started ordering work tables and a screen printing set that I'm going to set up my whole garage so that I can have some hobby stations going on.
I know how to screen print.
I know you do. That's why I'm going to ask you to help me actually do it. I bought a really cheap set on Amazon, looked at those hot press screen printing things.
Expensive.
So they were expensive, but also once I watched a video of a guy putting it together, I was like, well, this is way above what I think I can do.
I love that this is the hobby when we specifically pay people to make these things for us.
I know.
Do you just want to know, or do you actually want to craft things?
I saw someone doing screen printing on my Amazon or on my Instagram Explore page.
The motherfuckers will get you on that Explore page.
Truly got me. And then I was like, you know what? Now's the week to do this. If he's out of town, let's start setting up an actual where I used to live right around the corner. There, every time I walked Goose, there was this house. It was beautiful, and their garage, they would always have the door open, and it was set up like the most beautiful wood shop, craft shop, and occasionally their kids would be in there working on things. Occasionally the husband,
kids.
I know. Occasionally the husband would be doing something, or the wife would be down there doing something, and it was just a walking past Instagram every single time. And I've always thought oh wow, that would be pretty cool. So my idea is to try and set up at least something We have a garage that has shit in it, so now is the week that I'm going to try and set it up into something while doing school.
Oh, first of all, I've never seen your garage.
Well, it's a hot box right now because it's so hot and the AC doesn't run in there at all. So it's like I can only set up first thing in the morning, which will motivate me to wake up first thing in the morning.
Look at this. It's all coming together.
Try and do that. Or in the, evenings before it gets too dark, and then I get scared that I'm by myself and the raccoons are going to take over the house, which is the other thought that I have since Elliot's been gone.
Can we write that Pixar movie?
I know.
Like a horror film, but it's raccoons and their nimble ass hands, like being like, she's finally home alone. Let's take it over and get the hot dogs.
Exactly.
That's cool. I mean, I love a hobby.
You're
feel
so like very art inclined. Yeah.
I am, but not to the point like I used to be. Like, granted, in my head, I'm like, but I had a lot more time. No, I didn't. I was doing shows every night. I was bartending full time. I was like trying to get anything started.
You might have had less time then.
No, it was more just like I drank less, so I needed things to do with my hands. I didn't have a beans. Yeah, that's right. That little fucker's a solid hour and a half a day of walking and cooing, of just straight cooing. I need 30 minutes of coo a day. My coo-a days. It's like 2 days. Anyway, but no, I would do like silk screening. I even like airbrush, and I would do graffiti stencils, and that shit, like, it's a different part of your brain. It scratches a different part. And that's why I was asking you of like, do you just want to know the skill, or is there something specifically you want to work on? Because
there's nothing specific.
I miss doing things just to know I know how to do them without an ulterior motive of how I'm going to build it into an empire.
No, I would like to be able to do stuff with my hands so I'm not just beholden to my phone all the time.
I'm so sick of this bitch.
I know. And
I'm so sick of her.
Elliot, literally, he and I tried to put our phones in another room while we were like watching TV the other day, just to be like, let's just actually do this, because this seems silly that we have to do this. But I think maybe we have to do this for now, because we've just spent the last year building this like
routine.
Just like unconscious, like it's constantly in my hand.
No, totally. And have I said this before on the pod that I realized, I mean, Chip always gets on me about being on my phone during a movie, but like also he's also on his phone. Yeah. So let's just be real. But on my own, like by myself time, I realized, I was like, oh fuck, I am on my phone constantly while watching TV. Yeah. Because I couldn't watch Drag Race España because I realized I didn't know what was going on because I wasn't looking at the subtitles.
Yeah. I know. And
I was like, this is pathetic. I can't get through an hour of TV because I'm not
looking at it.
Because I can't look at the thing I'm watching.
I know. When Elliot and I first started, like a few months into the pandemic, I would catch one of us like playing Scrabble while we were watching TV. And I thought this was like a funny thing. Look at us. And I thought like, also, this is pretty gross that it's like screen on screen. And then it's just become so normalized that like an addiction, I have to rework myself off of it. And so I have to give my hands something else to do.
I mean, we even put on specific things that like we know are good for scrolling. We are not going to pay that much attention to.
100%.
Like 30 Rock, like this, like
background.
Yeah. We like binged so many shows, which like we enjoyed, but like we know we'd put it on like for 15 minutes while we like eat quick lunches and go do our own thing. But also being like, no, we secretly both want to scroll. So let's put on the thing that we have non-verbalized. We're allowed to do that
100%.
It's summertime, which means hanging by the pool, endless vacations, and taking it easy. Or sometimes you're still at home and you just need to give your brain a break. And that's where Best Fiends comes in. Okay, Best Fiends, those little guys pop up on my screen, and it makes my brain feel like it just landed on the beach or wherever is the perfect place in your mind. It is a summer refresher for the old noggin. I started playing Best Fiends, I will be honest, as a brand deal, as this for the podcast, and y'all, it hooked me. It is so much fun. The Fiends are so cute. They have constantly different challenges coming in and out, so you never get tired or bored, you know? You're not playing for a few months and then going, well, there's nothing new. It keeps the new puzzles and challenges coming. It's one of those games that makes 30 minutes feel like 30 seconds, and it's totally free to download. With thousands of puzzles to solve, there's something new every day. I am in the level 200s. Don't mean to brag, but there's plenty more to go. And those little fiends, I mean, they are working hard for me. With Best Fiends, the adorable collections of characters just keep coming. What I love is when the new challenges pop up, they're usually themed. So sometimes you got your little Best Fiend characters, and one week they're looking like a court gesture, and then a king and a queen, and the next one they're like a rockabilly band. Y'all know that I'm a sucker for anything in a costume, including a small dog. Well, the same goes for these guys on Best Fiends. But the really fun part of Best Fiends is how you strategically team up with each character based on their special abilities to gain extra points and items to level up your fiends. You can't just have your fiends being little wimps. You gotta work hard to get them stronger. It'll all make sense once you play it. So if you want to give it a try because there is so much to love and you think you might like it as much as I do, download the 5-star rated puzzle game Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends!
It's nice to treat yourself every once in a while. You deserve it. Give yourself some TLC. And in this context, I'm talking about Third Love Comfort. Third Love knows the science behind top to bottom comfort without sacrificing style, from perfectly fitted bras and underwear to quality sleepwear. Putting on your essentials feels like indulging yourself every day. Now, you've heard me talk about this before. I'll say it again. I have a couple of Third Love bras, and they are truly so comfortable and actually are like nice looking. As a queen of ratty old sports bras, it's nice to not sacrifice comfort, but then also get style. So Third Love is your go-to destination for comfortable and quality everyday essentials. You can get the level of fit and comfort that you deserve with their Third Love bras, their underwear, sleep, and loungewear. You can find everyday essentials. If you don't feel like getting dressed in the morning, they make lounge and sleepwear now that you can wear all day. You can wear it from sleeping in on Sunday to going out to Sunday brunch. You never have to change. The coolest thing about them is their fitting room quiz. So it's a simple quiz that factors in size, breast shape, current fit issues, and your personal style to find perfect bras and underwear for you. I can't say enough good things about Third Love, but I will say one more. They've donated over $40 million in gently used return bras to women in need, supporting charities in their local San Francisco Bay Area and across the United States. Because if you don't love the bra or whatever you get from them, you can return it. If you're interested in getting some TLC, that's Third Love Comfort, go to thirdlove.com/TMGW now to get 20% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove, THIRDLOVE.com/TMGW for 20% off today. But I will recommend that I talked about this on the podcast, I think last year when the first season came out, that Doghouse UK has a season 2 on HBO Max.
That's the one where they pair dogs with owners.
Yes,
it's not a dating thing.
It's not a dating thing. It's literally like a family or a solo person or a couple or something. It's the most interesting collection of people, and it just tugs at all of your heartstrings, the way that they pair them with these dogs that need homes for various reasons. The production value is fantastic. It's like every lovely British
so it's
show.
Like a soother.
It's a super soother. I can't recommend it enough. And we just realized that a season 2 had come out. We're finished it now, which is a bummer to me. I just binged it through so quickly that I should have saved some.
You know what's a soother? And I just saw that there's a season 3 of Making It.
Oh, we're watching that now too.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Because both times we watched that, we did it as like hungover.
Yeah.
We don't want to decide what to watch.
Lovely.
Things. But so I've been saving that for one of those days.
It's great. It's fantastic. I think probably aided in me wanting to get into crafts. Just from watching a couple of the episodes. Everyone's so lovely. They make it look easy, but they're also just like artists at the end of the day.
Oh God, we love arts and crafts. Farts and crafts. Oh wow. Okay. Well, I'm excited for your little miniature Eat, Pray, Love.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Drink, create,
get frustrated, stop, leave it, pretend I never did it.
See if you can return the $500 worth of equipment you just bought before
Close
Elliot gets home.
Close the door of the garage and pretend that nothing exists behind there.
But in that garage, if you got a silk screening little area, this is also, I'm assuming, where the pottery wheel will go.
Yeah. So I'm
jealous of this garage.
I'm trying to set up.
This is my garage.
I know.
Where we podcast.
I'm setting it up like a adult daycare. It's kind of what I'm thinking of. Like if people need to come here and do very mediocre crafts, there's opportunities to do it.
I want in.
See, I feel like that's a great business model too. Mediocre crafts, where like adults, like, you know how you guys just went and did pottery the other day. That it's like if you had a whole like station set up where people could choose whatever craft it is, like an escape room, and then people could drink, learn how to do a craft.
Well,
and then
let's take this offline.
I know this is a really good idea.
No, but let's get funding for that, and I'll create the craft cocktail menu.
There you go.
That correlates where it's just like, you're having that, you're doing pottery. Here is this delicious drink served out of one of the potteries we've thrown.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's a perfect idea.
Who wants to invest?
I'm gonna text Mark Cuban right now.
Speaking of making things.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay. What's going on?
Well, I don't have a ton to talk about this week because I've just been all over the place. But one of the things when I was looking up really grinded my gears. I mean, grinded it like Dom Toretto trying to come to a fast stop. That's
Fast and Furious reference?
Okay. They gave motherfucking Paris Hilton a cooking show on Netflix.
Right now?
This is an old show? This is a real thing. New.
Paris Hilton has a cooking show on Netflix? Is it out already?
I don't know if it's out yet, but it's announced. And I think it might even just be literally called like Cooking with Paris.
Yeah.
And
Cooking with Paris.
And it's like stemming from the fact that she's engaged. So she's going to do more domestic things.
Oh.
But you guys... What? No. Like, I don't even know what else. First of all, I'd rather see Cooking with Kathy Hilton because I'm obsessed with her.
Oh, gosh. I mean, she truly is giving life to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this season.
But I understand people enjoy Paris Hilton, and she's come around and she's like normalized and humanized herself a little bit more.
Yeah.
But like, we already gave Selena Gomez a cooking show over quarantine.
Was that a Netflix thing? Was that a Hulu
It was
thing?
one of those. Yeah, it was like a high-end streamer.
Yeah.
I get it. We gave Amy Schumer one, which was funny, but that her husband is a chef. Again, quarantine content, I'll excuse it. But Paris Hilton doesn't need a fucking cooking show. I want to watch people cook who know how to cook.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm getting pissed.
Well, it's based on a viral video of hers from last year, the viral lasagna video. Do you know it? I don't know anything about this.
Do we need more things like...
So the video uploaded to Hilton's YouTube channel in which the heiress demonstrated how to cook lasagna. The 16-minute clip went viral early last year and has more than 5 million views. So I don't know if it went viral because she told you how to cook lasagna or she completely didn't tell you how to cook lasagna.
Do you think every single time she tastes it, she's going to say that's literally hot? Like, that she like tests the cast iron skillet. Yeah, that's hot.
She gets one of those.
She gets
I
one.
feel like an episode, maybe.
Yeah, they should have named it like That's Hot Food.
I mean, that'd be the right title. That's hot.
Food. Totally. Anyway, I read that and I immediately just clenched my jaw and didn't stop clenching.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking cookie. This is all this is. This is all this is. Is me being pissed. More news to discuss.
Please.
About gear grinding.
Gear grinding, yeah.
Billionaires going to space.
Yeah, do we care?
Knock it off.
What's going on with that? Why? I just listened to Tyler and Corey's podcast this week and they talk about it a little bit.
They? What are their thoughts?
Their thoughts are never concentrated. They're all over the place, and then they talked about something else, and then they may have come back to it. I don't know. They didn't seem to have any distinguishable opinions about it.
I mean, my distinguishable opinion is we got enough shit going on Earth that you should be spending your money on.
But I also this is kind of why I loved that Formula One reality show, is that it's just billionaires that are so petty and want to out-billionaire the billionaire.
Bezos versus Branson.
Yeah, so it's literally like the two of them in like rocket ships that look like penises. Like all of the symbolism is there. Like it's just so obvious to me that I'm like, go for it. I can't wait to see which like giant dick rocket gets into the space universe first, and then what happens after that.
Yeah, what happens after that?
But also, isn't Bezos still going through his divorce? So this feels like a very like I'm crisising, so I'm gonna get out of here to the moon situation.
Also, his ex is getting such good press for giving away so much money, and that he's gonna go to. I mean, talk about needing some space,
right?
Sorry,
he's getting out of here.
I just felt Chip's eyes roll out of his body when I said that.
Yeah, aren't they going like within a few days of each other? Is that the situation?
It's a space race that no one asked for.
No one wants this, and like your money would be really wonderfully spent, like what your ex-wife is doing.
Thank you. Sorry, I had to say it. Current events.
Yeah, there's also Elliot and I watched a documentary about like people that are kind of like off the grid that are making their own rockets to go to space, that are like funding and building their own things.
Which we talk about like crazy people,
passionate people.
Okay,
that have been kind of like outliers in some way or another. We watched this series and then we had to stop watching it because one of the main guys on the series died at the end of the series, the whole series, because he's a daredevil and he was trying to get to space in his own like homemade rocket. And the whole season's dedicated to him.
Oh my God, spoiler.
Yeah, well, it's not that much of a spoiler. They say at the beginning of the first episode, and Elliot and I kept being like, they dedicated to this guy that we're now watching his whole story. This is too much.
That's too much.
So we turned it off. But it's also like people are trying to get up to space. And didn't Lance Bass, did he ever go? Speaking of people, that's the only other context I have is that Lance Bass was supposed to go to space. Do you not remember this? Lance Bass was going to go to the moon.
Oh,
Lance Bass to space.
Who?
Himself.
Oh my God.
At the age of 23 in 2002, Bass almost achieved his dream and was set to become the youngest person in space by shooting off to the International Space Station as a commercial passenger on Russia's Soyuz rocket. But it didn't go through.
He was going to go to space. Mm-hmm. ... with Russia?
With Russia in 2002 as a 23-year-old. That all of this is wild to me. And there's a photo of him with his little spacesuit on and the rest of NSYNC all around. Is that you in the corner?
No, I do look like that.
Or no, those are not NSYNC. That's just astronauts.
That's just other astronauts. Wow.
So the space race has been on since.
Man, so the race for Lance Bass to stay on camera has been on since 2002.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I have no interest going to space. Would rather die, probably would.
Yeah, no, it seems too risky. And what are they going to do up there? Just be like, did it? We're here.
I also think like not having gravity is going to get old so quick.
Yeah, and also like, because I assume that they're going with other astronauts. Yeah. And so like, can you imagine being one of those astronauts? It's like, it's just going to be me and Bezos.
Yeah.
Like in space for who knows how long. And I might die alongside Jeff Bezos.
And his, mission to prove his cock is big.
Yeah.
Wow.
To his ex-wife that's just giving away all of his money to charitable resources.
Anyway, I'm glad I got that out of my system.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear too that you are bothered by it as much as I am. Just like,
absolutely.
Why?
You know what I did do this weekend? Here's my segue. Speaking of dying, I helped our friend Claire with a short film, and we went out to the desert and we filmed it, and I play a killer. Can you believe?
Wow.
Me, a literal angel. You don't see me kill anyone. It's implied.
Okay.
But I'm just like,
how did you get into this role?
Well, it was like me and my husband, and it's not spoilers because it'll be fine. Yeah. But like we, it's implied that we just killed someone.
Okay.
But it was so funny because during it, I'm supposed to be like freaked out that this person's going to find out there's like a body in the house.
Okay.
But I realized just all I did was just kept giving evil glares to the husband like he fucked up. So I was like, if anyone needs someone to play a killer who hates her husband, I felt like it was a role I was born to play.
I mean, it must have been very nice to have an outlet to just get out that kind of intense frustration.
It was fantastic. But I also realized, because my face is crazy, so you would be like, oh, that's a face made for comedy. But I realized it's a face made to be a villain.
Wow. Yeah, because have you ever played this type of role before?
Too likable, Helbig.
She can't help but make a pun as soon as the murder's done.
Too likable. But I realized, I was like, I really want to play like a fucked up villain in something.
Wow. Okay. Well, did you actually do anything to prep for this? Like, did you? Because that kind of stuff, I think I would break my own confidence by like finding it really funny and not being able to be in the moment.
Well, I mean, it took a hard time to not crack jokes.
Right.
Like at one point in the movie, like she's going for to open a bathroom door, and I'm like, oh no, the plumbing is shot in that one. Come to this one.
Yeah.
Which we realize later it's because there might be a dead body in there.
Okay.
But like it took everything in my body to not waste film to go, don't go in that one. I just blew it up. Don't go to that one. I had Indian and a cold brew.
Don't let the blue water fool you. I just fucking tore that shit up.
So, but I was like, oh man, I don't want to watch horror movies, but I think I want to be in them.
I mean, it sounds fun. Were there any, this is my classic interview question.
Oh, hijinks?
Were there any goofs and spoofs on set?
What are you, Maria Menounos?
Sometimes.
I always feel bad for the actors when that's asked.
Oh, I mean, yeah, and I had to be one of those people that had to ask those questions, and it's just miserable.
I'm assuming during G4, when you were doing Attack of the Show, did you ever have to ask that and someone was like, just no?
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh, yeah?
Worst interview I've ever had.
Oh, my God. Remind me.
Yeah, it was, I forget what movie it was.
Social Network?
No, it was after that. And it was just truly uncomfortable. And it was
he seems just like an uncomfortable human.
To begin with, yeah. And then also it's like, you know, they're sitting in this tiny hot room all day, and then you're brought in for 4 minutes and they're like, go. And so it's just like, yeah, it's just humans being humans.
Yeah.
No one really wants to do what they're doing, but everyone's doing it because a bigger, higher power is telling them
they must.
Yeah.
As like someone comes in and is like, hi, I'm Donna. I'm from I love the movies forever.edu.
Yeah, .reels.
We got a reach of 7 people.
Yeah, exactly that. But that's the moment that I realized I was like, I can't be mad at this person because I also
don't want to be here.
I feel like a tool doing this right now.
Now, question. I know sometimes when they when you were hired to go, you were forced to interview people, they had you wear like a costume that correlated with the film.
Yeah. Well, my producer's really awesome.
I loved him.
Yeah. I worked with a couple different producers, and like obviously G4 and Attack of the Show, they were trying to like, you know, stand out and do like bits and that kind of thing. And I was always game for it. A lot of other people that worked there weren't as game as I was. I was like, sure, I don't give a fuck.
She got game.
I'm doing YouTube and this stuff. I don't like, this is the silliest parade of like adults having to promote things. But yeah, it was also just embarrassing at times. That I remember interviewing Will Ferrell for his movie where he was like, it was like a what was it called? Let me look this up. It was like a telenovela type movie, and he played this like drug dealer. And he was wearing all white, like a white suit in the whole movie. So they got me a full white suit.
Ooh, I wish you still had it.
Yeah, to wear for this interview. And we got to the place where these interviews were held, and they were like, you're not going to be on camera.
So you're just wearing the full white suit off camera?
And so they made it so that Will and I could sit next to each other to both be on camera, because otherwise I was going to be in a head-to-toe white suit just off camera interviewing him.
I love it.
Who's dressed as a normal human being. Casa de mi Padre. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I didn't see that one. It was actually really funny. But yeah, it was it's a great stomping ground to really.
No, totally. I just
realize all that shit.
We all have that one essential thing that's an absolute must this time of year. And for me, shocker, it's wine. Summer's all about having having fun, so I like to keep the good times going with an equally as good wine. And let me tell you something right here. You think summer, you think automatically white wine or rosé wine. Well, my two jams this summer are orange wine and a red wine that's good with a bit of a chill on it. Ooh, scandalous or fantastic. I get incredible wine shipped right to my door from First Leaf. It's my summer staple, ready for every occasion. First Leaf, if you don't know, is a wine club that curates and ships boxes of wine that are perfect for you. You can try wine from renowned winemakers all over the world without being worried that you just spent a lot of money, because meanwhile, there are professionals who are choosing them for you. They get better each box too, because every time you get a shipment, you rate the wine you received. So First Leaf gets to learn more about your palate. Maybe you aren't an old world wine gal, huh? Maybe you're a new wine from Northern California kind of gentleman. So the more wines that you rate from your First Leaf boxes, the better and more personalized your selections get. In fact, First Leaf can send wine selections tailored to your liking with a 98% accuracy. What? I say, that's an A+, baby. That's a perfect student. It is shocking how good they are. And it's 60% off retail. So not only are you saving time by not having to go to the store, you're also saving money. I love when a box arrives at my door. I mean, shopping is fun, but shopping when it's booze on the inside? Forget about it. You can even choose which wine you receive and how often they're delivered. Adjust or pause your subscription anytime. So whether you're by the water or grilling with friends or taking it easy at home, First Leaf is the perfect summer staple. Join today and you'll get 6 bottles of wine for $29.95 and free shipping. What? Just go to tryfirstleaf.com/TMGW. That's 6 bottles of wine for $29.95 and free shipping at tryfirstleaf.com/TMGW.
We have support for today's episode from Upstart. If you dread looking at your credit card statements, you're not alone. Debt can feel crippling, but Upstart can help you on your path to financial freedom. Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan, all online, whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high interest debt, or funding personal expenses. Over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get one fixed monthly payment. Upstart knows you're more than just your credit score and is expanding access to affordable credit. Unlike other lenders, Upstart considers your income and current employment to find a smarter rate for your loan. With a 5-minute online rate check, you can see your rate upfront for loans between $1,000 to $50,000. You can receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. So find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/TMGW. That's Upstart, UPSTART.com/TMGW. Don't forget to use our URL. Let them know that we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Again, upstart.com/TMGW.
Speaking of Jesse Eisenberg, which brings me to the social network, which brings me to Facebook.
Yeah.
I still occasionally pop onto Facebook because it's like that's where my family is, and that's where like I would be invited to a high school reunion, or et cetera, et cetera. That's where I go out there to be like, hey, I need a favor.
Yeah.
But on my personal page. But what I've noticed lately, and I noticed it first on an on-tick of Facebook, is there is a plague right now of people putting like memes up of famous quotes, but then me not really believing the celebrity they put on it said it.
Okay.
Like my sister put up a quote, and it was like, oh God, what was it? It was something of just like, just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean I don't hate you. The world needs to, like something like that. Yeah. And with a picture of Morgan Freeman.
As if that's something he said.
Yeah. And so I was like, maybe it is, but I just earlier, a couple days earlier, I saw like a second cousin of mine posted an inspirational tweet.
Yeah.
And then it was connected to Keanu Reeves. And then her father, my first cousin, put under, Keanu doesn't have a Twitter, and if he did, he'd be verified. And she was like, whoops, or like whatever. But I'm like, who is creating these, like just assigning quotes to random celebrities? Everyone. So anyway, I looked up the quote Annie had posted with Morgan Freeman. And the first 3 memes that popped up were Morgan Freeman, but then Gary Oldman saying it, and John Wayne saying it. just like, who is doing this? And also, can we get in on that?
You can do anything. That's the
in general.
The thing about the internet that's so scary is that anyone can post anything and be like, and that's facts.
That was said by Dame Judi Dench.
I saw that. I think it's Shannon Bedore.
From Real Housewives of Orange County?
Is suing Facebook because she's been attributed to selling diet pills on there when it's not. It's a fake accounts of her that are like selling or hawking these. I didn't look at the article. I saw that headline earlier today, and I'm like, oh yeah. See, Facebook's wild. I haven't been on it in like a year and a half.
It's the worst.
It seems crazy.
It's the worst. Sometimes I go on there. I just go onto like the Facebook market to be like, what are these fucking crazy
What's
people
everyone
selling?
doing?
No, but I just feel like there's an uptick of just assigning quotes and putting. It'll be like, did Albert Einstein say that, or did
and also
Adam Brody?
Is your yeah Adam Devine? Who said this? That. Also, is your sister into the quote because she thinks Morgan Freeman said it, or is it the quote itself that she's actually into?
I think it's a combo because the next day she posted a quote from Tupac Shakur, which I also reverse engineered, and it actually is Tupac.
Okay, there you go.
But still.
Some of these check out. I saw this article earlier. Did you watch the Friends reunion?
No, I couldn't bring myself to it.
Yeah, it was... I read
multiple articles about it, which probably took more time than watching the reunion itself and forming my own opinion.
It was fine. I think people that are like super Friends fans, obviously it was for them. I thought it was a huge old clusterfuck of crazy that you're watching all these people as actors try to be human and like talk to each other, candidly on camera. And then I guess David Schwimmer had talked about the monkey, Marcel, in some interview bits, and he talked about how difficult it was to work with Marcel.
I've heard a flip side of that story.
So the trainer of the monkey is now speaking out against David Schwimmer.
Shit. Oh, shit. Okay.
According to Mike Morris, who is the trainer in charge of the two monkeys who played Marcel on Friends.
Get out of here. Mm-hmm. Wow.
He said the feud was real and all David's fault. He was talking about, he told The Sun, reputable news source, I have never ever watched Friends because of Schwimmer's comments about the monkeys. I have refused to ever since he did an interview about the animals and it got written. Oh, he did an interview after the animals got written out of the show, and he said that they tried to bite him and throw poop at him.
Yeah.
They didn't do any of that. None of it is true. When I was there, none of that ever happened.
And he was always there. Like you can't legally have a wild animal on set and not have the trainer like ready to take him down with a tiny trank.
Yeah, you'll get fined or something or shut down in some capacity. But this guy is finally speaking his truth about the situation.
First of all, I'm glad he did for multiple reasons. One, just because, I don't think Marcel is still with us.
No, they're both passed on.
I'm so sorry. I just pictured their like tiny graves in like Hollywood Cemetery forever and paying our respects. But we can't speak ill of the dead.
One of them was named Katie. Oh, wait. Sorry. Katie's Law. The Sun tracked down Mike and Katie the monkey, one of the two simian actresses who played Marcel, to the San Fernando Valley.
Wait. Mike and Katie are the names of the monkeys that played
Mike
Marcel?
Mike is the trainer.
Oh.
Katie is, I guess, one of the two actresses that played Marcel.
I love animals with very normal human names.
Give them the dignity of actresses.
I mean, okay. So you can't speak ill of the dead. So I'm glad he cleared that up. But also, because if Friends was at the...
Sorry, I was just reading what the other monkey's name was.
What is it, Brian?
Monkey.
Wow.
The other animal actress who played Marcel, known as Monkey, who passed away from cancer at the age of 36 in August last year.
Shut the...
Oh my God.
Hold on. Last year, that means me and that monkey are the same age.
This podcast is just us researching how long do certain animals live.
36?
Wow. Yeah. According to this article on celibacy.com.
More like a gram poochin. Thank you. Wow. Okay. For in defense of this trainer, Friends was the biggest show at the time.
True.
And that monkey was slaying those live tapings.
That's literally the quote, is that Mike says people would laugh at the monkey, and I think he got jealous because it wasn't him getting the laughs.
So he probably sidebar with producers and was like, you got to get rid of that monkey. It's me or Katie. And like, I think I'm more important because I've got this storyline going with Aniston. You want us to kiss or not? Get rid of this fucking monkey. But then for the trainer, for him to say he threw poop and he bit me, that makes the trainer look like he's not good at his job.
Right.
And so he probably held on to that for 20 years, being like, the biggest show on TV badmouthed me.
Yep. And now this guy is finally talking to such, impressive news outlets as celibacy.com and The Sun. So, he's getting the traction that's necessary for his redemption of this story.
Well, speaking of tiny animals.
Yeah.
Randy Jr.
What's up?
Oh my God. Chip and I went outside to our front seat to smoke a joint and hang out. And then all of a sudden,
I love how much you're smoking weed now, by the way.
So much weed.
It's pretty nice.
It is nice. However, I think I get weed hangovers.
Oh, okay.
Like I sleep really well, but then the next day, so I'm
tired.
I'm trying to like, it could also be the gin, but like, I'm saying, what if I added new in
that's causing this pain?
Where I'm like, I could sleep till noon. So we're out there, doing a little pre-Formula One show.
Yep.
Weed smoking.
Nice.
And we're out there, and then it wasn't even just like we noticed Randy in the yard. We noticed Randy come under the front gate. And so he was like returning home.
Whoa. And like walking through the front entrance.
Through the front entrance like a god, like he pays rent.
It's been a tough day.
I mean,
clocking
truly.
back in, guys.
I was like, can you take out the trash? So he comes under, and of course, Chip immediately just goes, Tiny Randy. It's Randy Jr. So we sit there, I'm not kidding, for like 10 minutes and watch this little possum go around the yard, look for little bugs and stuff. Climb up our little fig tree in the corner.
Yeah.
Then walk along our fence, sit there, and just try to spot like little grubbers from where he is. Turn around, his little butt's going, and then like at that point we've been watching for 10 minutes. I have it on video for Patreon. But then he like hears us for a second, he freezes. Like he's got one leg hanging off the fence.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's going on? So we just like eventually were like, okay, we got to give him his privacy.
Yeah.
So we didn't see if he went into the fence to go night.
Okay.
But
I mean,
it was thrilling.
Yeah. All indicators say that like he was getting ready for the night. He was doing his like make a meal for himself. What's on Netflix?
Yeah.
I gotta go hang out.
He said, let's get some grubs. Let's get comfy in there. It's going to be daytime soon. But it was great. And he's so small. And I'm like, if I could have a tiny pot, it's amazing how people are going to pull slanderous quotes for me from earlier in this podcast saying I thought they were disgusting. But ever since, like when you read that Nextdoor thing last week and said they only
live so long,
a year and a half, and like they're single mothers and they're trying to do their thing, I was just watching little Randy with such love in my eyes. I love him.
Can you put anything out for?
We wondered.
Right, or is that compromise like I don't know what that would do.
Yeah, we were like, should we leave out something for him? But then I was like, first of all, he ain't Santa. He ain't paying rent. But also,
well, you don't know how many bugs he's actually killed before they've gotten into your house.
That's very true. But then does that then make him become dependent on us when like, look.
Did you ever give Randy Sr. anything?
Grief.
Other than attention.
Grief. Because
and a platform.
Other than a fan base. An appearance on some of our merch. We got no cut-offs. So anyway, it was just really delightful.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I'm like team that Nextdoor post.
Yeah. Well, now this is going to be really exciting and maybe a little stressful to watch now that, you're like, I would be too much.
Attached.
Yeah. And I'd want to make their life like the best nothing ever knowing you got maybe a year left, so I'm just gonna fucking rock your world.
Grace is getting an American Girl doll bed to shove into the middle of the fence.
Exactly.
A tiny cool possum poster,
100%.
a black light.
100%.
Yeah, so that was the most exciting part of my week.
I mean, I can't wait to see what else goes on, because also you don't know if Randy is a girl or a guy, right?
I assume well, it's a gender neutral name. I might change the Y to an I.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do the babies go their own way and then meet up and get pregnant and then go their own way again? And then the boy possums just live it up for the last 8 months of their life?
No idea. Where is the Netflix documentary that teaches us what their world is like?
Right? Yeah. We got sad penguins.
Really, really aggressive penguins.
Attenborough, we need the possum expose.
Please. Woo, it's hot in here.
It is hot in here, you guys. We have to turn off the AC to be able to record the sound. And once we hit about 45 minutes, it's hot.
Once we get to 18 minutes, it's like, here we go. There's no going back.
Yeah, the second half gets a little weirder in here. But, I forgot we have to do something.
Oh, okay.
And that's announce some fucking tour dates.
Hey!
Blah, 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 blah. If you made it to the end of this podcast, this is what you got. Y'all, we've got some tour dates. We're hoping to add more other than these. But for right now, we can fucking share with you the ones that we have where the tickets will go on sale on Friday.
This Friday.
Should we go back and forth?
Let me make sure I have the right email. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Wednesday, September 15th, we are going to be at the Alberta Rose Theater in Portland, Oregon.
And then Thursday, September 16th, we'll be at the Showbox in Seattle.
Friday, September 17th, we'll be at the Gothic Theater in Denver.
We've been there before. Let's do it again. And then Friday, September 24th, we'll be at the Cedar Cultural Center in Minneapolis.
September 25th, Park West in Chicago.
September 26th, Sunday, we'll be at the Majestic in Detroit.
Saturday, October 9th, we'll be stateside at the Paramount in Austin.
And then Sunday, October 10th, we will be at Warehouse Live in Houston.
We're going to be adding more dates. Probably we'll go into November, hit some different spots of America. But for right now, we wanted to put those on your radar because September is going to come quicker than me after...
Well, I'll stop you there. But it's going to be here before we even have a plan of our show.
That's true. And so if you want to scoop up some tickets, they go on sale on Friday. Just go to either my at Mametown or Grace Helbig at Grace Helbig's Instagrams, and we will have the link in the bio for all the tickets. We are so excited to see you and do this weird thing in person.
Yeah. And if you are a Patreon, you get access to these tickets on Thursday. Just saying.
Okay. This got weird.
Yep.